Hey guys, this is Tyforce Reacts, and welcome back to, I guess my wrap-up of my review of Fairy Tail, and yeah, I don't really know what else I can say to that, because, yeah, this was originally going to be part of the 4-hour-long full video I was planning. That's no longer going to be a thing. Because, I think, 3 hours is the limit of my editing software before it just decides to crash on me and I have nothing else I can do. So yeah, it's quite the dilemma. So anyway, then so yeah, it's just gonna remain 4 videos. 3 videos that talk about each. 3 videos talking about the entirety of Fairy Tail, and then this final video, just my overall thoughts. So basically, does Fairy Tail have its flaws? Of course it does. What media show doesn't? But yeah, I mainly make this last part to tell you, guys, Fairy Tail, yes, it has its flaws. There are some moments where I just kind of have to go, okay, that's a bit much, specifically in the Alvarez Empire arc, but mainly in the finale. But at the same time, at least it did its finale a whole lot better than Bleach. I'm not gonna lie to you there. Or at least, the manga of Bleach, which is about to be animated next year, so, oh man, I can't wait to watch that, because it is a great arc until you get to the final chapter, so, yeah. Unlike with Fairy Tail, where it was a great arc. It had some big flaws, but at the same time, the finale was still great, and I loved it. So yeah, then basically, maybe I should re-elaborate or whatever. Just yeah, Fairy Tail was one of the first anime I ever watched, or at least one of the first anime I ever watched with the knowledge that it was anime. And maybe I have nostalgic bias, but I really don't think so, considering I only watched the first few episodes before I dropped it, and then only later did I go back into it. And yeah, and I think the only reason I watched the first few episodes was because it was back on YouTube, back when YouTube was not nearly as strict with its copyright. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, yeah, and I think at the time, 2014, the 2014 anime might have just been coming out, but I know, by the time I really got into it and caught up with it, Fairy Tail 2014 was already over, and now began the long wait for Fairy Tail 2018. So, yeah. We had to wait 2.5 years for that, and it was a long and arduous wait, and I couldn't hold myself back anymore, so I literally just, decided to read the manga, and that's what I did. And, yeah, so I should probably, maybe I should, okay, I should probably give, basically a basic rundown of my favorite parts of the show, best character, best girl, the best arc, the best opening, and all that. So yeah, I believe the best arc is, I believe I've elaborated on this, is Tartaros, and yeah, Tartaros is the perfect Fairy Tail arc for me. Excuse me. But yeah, it's definitely one of those situations where Tartaros was where everything basically kicked off. Well, in a sense where, okay, this is no-nonsense business right now. People are gonna die. Even if no major characters actually died, people still died. And I guess the same thing could be said about the Alvarez arc, but at the same time, yeah, Makarov's death was just, too much. So, yeah, the fake out was just too much for me to really, go oh, okay, great, he's still alive. No, that, I can't do that. So, yeah, then, okay, so, yeah, Tartaros arc is the best arc. The best character, I feel, is Loxus. Even though I never really think of him as my favorite character, I don't even know but I feel like subjectively Loxus is the best character. He's the guy with the best like character arc throughout the entirety of the series, and it like all the way from the beginning when we first meet him, you know, because he's kind of a jerk, but then the Battle of Fairy Tail happens and he's just a violent jerk, but it's pretty much revealed that, yeah, even though he's taking over the guild by force, he doesn't really want to truly want to hurt anybody, and then he's banished from the guild, and then he comes back later, like, and like pretty much, and then like once the Grand Magic Games comes along, and he fights his dad, and it's just one of those situations where you just love to see that. It's that great moment of look how far he's come since then, and it's a long process. It's from like, yeah, episode 42 to freaking like into the episode like 150 something, maybe 160 something, I think. So yeah, it's an over 100 episode long arc basically, if you go from the Battle of Fairy Tail to, you know, his fight with his dad. So yeah. And of course, best girl, I've mentioned this already, is Urza Scarlet, because of course I know there's a lot of jokes because she's Urza and all that, and she has a lot of insane feats, but she is still my favorite female character in the show, and she's just a great character, and I love her. So I don't really know how else I can elaborate. I like her because she's Urza. So yeah, then I believe my favorite opening was Strike Back in the, you know, the Grand Magic Games arc, or at least, you know, when the dragons were starting to come out of the gate. And I don't know, I think I just really like the song, and, you know, all the visuals that came with it. Probably a close second would be No Limit, I think it's what it's called. It's back in the third opening in the I guess the second opening of the Alvarez Empire arc, because yeah, the first opening covered the Avatar, then the second opening covered the first part of the Alvarez arc, and then No Limit, and then the third one of it was for the Alvarez Empire arc. So yeah, I don't really know if I have a favorite ending, because I usually don't listen to endings. There's only been like one ending where I go back to and listen to it repeatedly in all of anime, and that's ending 10 in Black Clover. So yeah. So overall, I'd say that I give Fairy Tail a 9 out of 10 rating. Is it perfect? Of course not. It's got its moments that I still don't like. But at the end of the day, I love Fairy Tail, and the message it gives is that blood. I feel like the main message is that blood doesn't always make who your family is. It's the people who you meet along in the journey of life, and those who make the best impact on you and make you a better person, who accept you for who you are. And that's what Fairy Tail is. And I hope those who are watching this will have already found, or at least will find a fairy tale of their own someday, where they can be accepted for who they are, and not have to fear rejection. So yeah, and with that, I can really only say like the thing I keep saying, and it's if you truly hate Fairy Tail, then you just hate having fun. And yeah, don't really know what else I can say other than that, because Fairy Tail is a fun series and I cannot recommend it enough. So yeah, I got nothing else to say, so I'm just gonna end the review here, and I hope you guys enjoyed. See you all in Naruto Shippuden. Till next time, guys. See ya.